Hey guys, Jim here. I'm going to do a video that a lot of you have been requesting that I redo for a while now. A video that I did a little over 2 years ago that I called the Magnificent Seven. And at that time, it was in response to Terra Fanatic, who did a great video called The Magnificent Seven, and he brought out his 7 favorite knives. So I did a VR to that with 7 of my favorite knives. And I sat down tonight here with the intention of doing the same thing, just updated for 2015. Unfortunately, I can't pick 7 knives. I just can't do it. It's impossible. And to be honest with you, picking just 10 is another really difficult task. But I got myself down to 10. And hopefully I'm not going to overthink it and second guess myself and get back up and go grab another knife. But here, in no particular order, is my current favorite top 10. Every one of these already have full-length videos on them between 15 and 20 minutes. So if you have questions about them, all you gotta do is check my channel and you'll see them. First up is this bad boy right here from Gus Cikini GTC Knives. That is my Airborne SLT. Got this in December of last year, so it's still relatively new to my collection, this just being August now. I'm still every bit as much in love with it as the day I got it. Truly a magnificent work of art. This was a one-off piece, and really that's not that big of a deal because pretty much every Airborne is. There really aren't but maybe a couple that repeat themselves. Pretty much every Airborne that you get is going to be unique. For those that have not seen the video yet, what makes this special is instead of having a big old flipper tab sticking out, you have a retracting flipper tab, a spring-loaded tab, and that's what the SLT stands for. And that's the only spring in this entire mechanism. It's a regular flipper knife, but it uses a spring just to bring it back into place so it sits down flush. So when I engage that, it becomes the flipper tab. Very simple, very easy, very cool. Love the design all the way around. The magnificent sandwich style floating titanium backspacer, matching blue clip, just incredible work all the way around. So there is the first, it's not number 1, but it is the first of the 10. So we'll put that, maybe we'll put it this way where it sits flat. Okay, put that way over there. The second one is the only one that's going to be a repeat from the Magnificent Seven. For those that don't know the story about Big Red, this is the one that got me back into buying custom knives again. I had taken, I don't know, probably 2 years off, was focusing on other hobbies, motorcycles, cars, shit like that. And I came across somewhere, don't remember now where, a picture of a bodega, and I went apeshit. And at that time, October 2012, they were in between the 2 runs that they did that year, and there were none to be found. What happens when a great knife is nowhere to be found? When you do find one, the prices are jacked up through the roof. So for an $850 knife, I paid $1,250, and it's still one of the best decisions I've ever made. This is still, to this day, one of my absolute favorite knives. It does everything. It's gorgeous, it's sexy, it's got an incredible design, it's a completely unique knife, it's a great carry knife, it cuts shit really well, it's impressive to people that don't know knives, it's impressive to people that do. So it's fun to kind of show off a little bit. It's got great details like the cracked ice in the pocket clip and in the back spacer. This is the steel ball bearing. This obviously predates the ceramic IKBS that they're offering now, which I do have in my Glimpse 5.5. And there's the standard IKBS logo. And people go, oh, but you know, you've had carbon fiber versions and you've had 2 other G10 versions. This is the only one I have left, Big Red. This is a sentimental piece for me. I just absolutely love it. It's one that will be passed down to one of my 2 boys. I have a 17-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, so it depends on I guess when I die, how easy that decision is going to be. But this one's going to stay with me forever. And it's a great symbol of the friendship that myself and Mark and Todd have forged over the past couple of years. So for that reason also, this will remain a sentimental favorite. And a buddy of mine made this really cool lanyard that matches the color scheme of the red and gray. Did a great job on that. So thank you, Adam, for that. All right, so we'll get that up there and out of the way. Another one, which should be really a no-brainer, is my Rocksteady Shin. It is the only knife in here that you can call a production knife that makes it in my top 10. And I have a hard time calling it a production knife, even though it is, because they have such a tremendous amount of time and work into that blade. That is YXR7 steel with a true black DLC coating and a full mirror finish. I mean, complete, full, true mirror. And one of the few knives I've ever picked up that uses a true DLC. And I've gone through this before. It's not just some mystery material used in a PVD process. This is the real deal. It is a diamond-like carbon coating that is very resistant to scratches. I still only have, if I can get it to focus, those couple of marks right there. And it's really hard to get it. There we go. Now you can see them. And that's it. The rest of the blade still looks perfect. And I've cut a lot of shit with this. I've even posted a few videos up on Instagram cutting random shit with it. And it just keeps coming back for more. Incredibly smooth. It's not the kind where when you drop it, it wants to go all the way down. Thank God, because I would not want that to cut my thumb off. That's the neat thing about Rocksteady. It is glass, I mean truly glass smooth on phosphor bronze washers. Now here's the thing, I have sent this off for sharpening once back to Japan. They sharpened it for me once, and that was, I gave it to them Blade Show 2014, got it about 6 weeks later, got it back in the mail, and I have since only stropped it 3 times. So, holy shit, in about a year, a little over a year, I've only had to strop it 3 times, and it is still the same legendary sharpness that you see in all of the videos that are posted everywhere. And still to this day, the only knife that actually I'm a little bit afraid of. I really am. That fucking blade is so stupid fucking sharp. Special mention right here on this titanium bead. Actually, not titanium. My other one's titanium. This one is zirconium. This is a very large zirconium bead with beautiful blue tritium tubes set into it. This is made by a gentleman in Hawaii. His Instagram handle is Balukula, or fuck, you know, I can never fucking pronounce it. Do yourself the favor, read the description of this video, and I will be sure to put his Instagram name on there, spelled properly. Y'all need to get your hands on that shit. I don't know what would happen if I turn off all my lights. I'm going to close the blade before I do. Let's see if it'll focus. Now, you may not see shit here. I don't know. We're going to see. Hold on. I have my lights set up on a foot switch. Ready? Ta-da! Yeah, I think that's pretty damn cool. So there it is. Ah! Bright light, bright light. So anyway, I think it's kind of cool. I like shit that glows in the dark. Next. Oh, yeah, you knew this had to be in there. I mean, come on. It's the only full custom Decepticon made by Alexei Konygin that's in the United States, period. I am very fortunate to have been his first U.S. customer. This is his new version, the new model. I just uploaded the video a couple of weeks ago. Please go check it out and understand why this is such... it's such a magnificent honor to own this. It really is. That is truly a work of art. Gorgeous design, fantastic execution, and it's breaking in to be even smoother. It's utterly ridiculous. It is a truly big honor to own that. Another one from a good friend, Mr. Dustin Turpin. Listen, you know, even if Dustin was just a regular dude that, you know, you ordered a knife from and never heard from ever again, this would still be one of my favorites. This is the Tashi and Turpin collaboration, the Flash. Did a video on this about a year ago when I got it. And I still feel the exact same way about it. It is just incredible all the way around. It's one that I carry often. As a matter of fact, we do that Wharncliffe Wednesday or Warny Wednesday on Instagram. And generally on Wednesdays, I almost always carry this. The only other one that I do carry, and I still own it, is my Wharncliffe Tannic. That's it. That's the only two knives I really ever carry on Wednesdays. So it is super fast, has the exact same lockup that it did when I got it. Oh, which, by the way, for running about 3 years now, my Bodega still has the exact same lockup that it did 3 years ago. So pretty damn awesome there. Everything about this knife is incredible. The hand rub satin on the blade. Flawless. Just fantastic. Very, very clean work. I still have my Strife. I still love my Strife. He is currently working on my third knife, my Peril, which is going to be, I'm just going to say, absolutely mind-blowing. He's doing things on that knife that he has absolutely never done on any knife in his entire life. And one thing in particular that he said he will never, ever, ever do in his life, and he did it for me, so I know he's not going to do it again. So I really can't wait for that. That's going to be a shitload of fun. But yeah, the Tashi Turpin Flash, I carried a lot. It's slim, it's really comfortable, and it's still a nice, big, full-size knife. Very, very proud to own that one, and very proud to call Dustin a good friend. Next up, y'all knew it had to be in there, right? Oh yeah, Brad Southard Tarsus. The one and only custom Southard that I've ever owned. And it may be the only one that I ever own. Who knows? Brad was kind enough to rework this a little bit when I got it. It had bronze titanium, kind of almost an antiqued finish to the bronze titanium. I didn't like that. I really thought with the blue mylar carbon fiber that the natural tone of titanium would look better, and it does, and came out fantastic. Still has the same zirconium pivot collar, zirconium backspacer, titanium pocket clip, which he refinished because it was banged up. He upgraded it to ceramic bearings and ceramic detent, making it even smoother than it already was, which was pretty much impossible, but he did. And resharpened the S90V steel blade. It's one of those knives that it's a really tiny knife. I don't get to carry it every single day, but man, when I do, I'm reminded of just how incredible it is. And to know that this is completely handmade. No CNC, no water jet, no pre-cut, nothing. This is 100% handmade by someone who really, really, really has limitless talent. I love seeing the newer stuff that he's done over the past couple of years since he made that. Incredible. All right, next up, Kirby Lambert. You guys know this knife. I love it. This is the Snap MGT. Snap basically is the flipper variation of the Orion, which you've also seen on my channel. Let's see here, all the components. So we have zirconium, mirror polish zirconium for the pocket clip, for each of the bolsters, and for the floating back spacer. Then you have the bronze spacers holding that in place. My camera really wants to focus on all the stuff down on the carbon fiber sheet. Sorry about that. The titanium liners are done in a really interesting blue. It's not a bright royal blue, almost like a faded blue. Really kind of a cool contrast. All of the hardware that you see is done in a beautiful blue anodizing on all the hardware. The pivot is blues and golds. And then, of course, the Chad Nichols CTS XHP San Mai. Oh my. I love XHP Core San Mai. It looks amazing. And when it's etched properly, it looks this stunning. Listen, not everybody can etch it right. It comes out with just different tones of gray. This is very close to being black and silver. It is so friggin' gorgeous. MGT, of course, meaning multi-grind tanto, and that is exactly what you've got here. One of the few times that you'll see Kirby do a symmetrical grind. Usually the MGT will have one grind on the lock side, and on the presentation side you'll get this multi-grind look here. So very slick, very cool. This one is broken in really nicely. Very, very fast knife. Very smooth for it being San Mai. Oh, Just gorgeous. It's a little on the heavy side, but it still carries well because it's not a really big monstrous knife. It's one of the last few knives that will ever be made using the original true marbled carbon fiber. So I'm very happy to have that, and you'll be seeing another marbled carbon fiber here in a moment. So there is that. Okay, we're getting close to the end here. Sebastian Larsen, yes, my Enigma Overkill is still to this day one of my favorites. Look at the pivot. That is mirror polished zirconium around mirror polished titanium over mirror polished copper. That is extraordinary. Beautiful job. The fit and finish on this knife is still one of the most breathtaking pieces I've ever held. I love the lines. I love how everything flows together. I love the fact that he had measurements for my hand to make this knife perfectly fit me in every way. So everything was made specifically for my hand. It was the first time he had attempted a bolster lock. It was the first time he had done crazy shit like this. The thumb studs. Take a good look at the thumb studs. Mirror polished titanium with mirror polished zirconium collars around them. And then he replicated that in each of the standoffs. They are done in zirconium collars over titanium. Very slick, very cool. Great pocket clip. Great design, great retention. It works fantastic. It is on bearings, so it is very, very fast to deploy. And it's got a great blade shape too. This is the one where he allowed me to draw out the blade shape that I wanted. And he nailed it. He nailed everything about this knife. Someday soon, I'm hoping to get knife number 2 from him. All right, down to the last piece, and this one, I'm pretty sure everybody already knows what it's going to be. If you don't, then you don't follow my Instagram, and you don't watch enough of my videos. Whoa. Oh yeah, baby. My Frank Fisher battle. If I could have sex with a knife, it would be this one. It is still the king. It is still number 1 in my collection. And even though at least a dozen people have asked Frank to replicate my knife in their builds, it is still the only one like it. Nobody else 100% has had the same thing done as me. I'm very, very thankful to Frank for that. It is a beast. Even other battle owners that I put this in their hand, they hold it and go, holy shit. Not only because of the massive thickness, but because of something that Frank says he has still, and he has tried and tried, but has not been able to duplicate. My action. You'll actually hear, it's like an R.J. Martin Q36. You'll actually hear the detent being broken away, then you hear the blade open, then you hear it stop. It is an incredible sound that is not picked up on this camera. I've realized that from re-watching the videos that I've done with this knife in it. It's incredible. Absolutely, truly, and in every way, incredible. There is nothing finer. The fit and finish inside and out. If you take this whole knife apart and look at all of the internals, everything is hand finished, hand satin, or done in a jeweled process. His orange peel is so smooth, so sexy. The marbled carbon fiber. You can't tell that there's different materials here when you rub your fingers across it. It's just flawless in every way. 220 thou thick blade, 200 thou thick titanium slabs. And if you look at how the back spacer's been done, it almost seems like it's an integral knife. It's very difficult to tell where the seam is. Damascus clip, I mean, the list goes on and 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 on. Just love it. And I love pulling it out and allowing people to experience it that have never had a chance to see one in person. So whenever I go to any kind of get-together, I always make sure to bring the battle. Everybody wants to see it. They want to see if it's really sharp, and yes, it is. and to play with it and to feel that truly remarkable action. So there you have it, guys. There's my top 10. I do want to put an honorable mention in here. My #1 favorite automatic, the Halo 5 Microtech. Because there is nothing more fun than hitting that fire button and hearing that friggin' amazing sound. It blows people away every time they're in the room. So there you go, guys. There is the top 10. Thank you for watching. As always, I have maxed out my time here, and I'm going to go ahead and move on. I do have, hold on one second, a sneak peek for you since you sat through all 20 minutes of this. The next one of the next 2 videos I'll be doing will be on this bad boy right here. Oh. Hello. Oh, you sexy, sexy baby. Focus. So stay tuned. One of the next 2 videos will have The Scoundrel by Stephen Kelly. I think you're going to enjoy that video. That's a pretty slick little knife. Alright guys, for now I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you as always for watching. Check me out on Instagram if you don't already. I would certainly appreciate it. It's at Jim Skelton TV. And I'll see you guys next time.